All right, so we're gonna be opening the Apple Watch Ultra 2. I'm actually pretty excited about this. Man, Apple never fails to make a really cool looking piece of packaging. And what's incredible is that they have all of this packaging in here, and this is Apple's first ever carbon neutral product that they've ever made. And really what this means is that from A to B, from the beginning of the production of the Apple Watch Ultra 2, all the way till you start using it and you get out of the box, it's carbon neutral the whole way through. And that's pretty cool. It's pretty incredible that this is Apple's first ever carbon neutral product. I mean, we are taking their word for it, but they did make a pretty big deal about it at the keynote. So I'm just gonna have to assume that, you know, they've checked all the boxes to be able to claim something like that. I wanna go ahead and open up the Ultra first. So it's in this nice little packaging here. Let's go ahead and get that off. And then we got one more right there. I love doing this. All right, let's get this out of the box. Oh, mine's kind of taped on there. But there it is, the Apple Watch Ultra 2. If we could just kind of take it out of there. Nice. Just the way that I remember it. Looks just like the Apple Watch Ultra 1, which is not necessarily a bad thing. If you look really closely here, you can see just how nice that titanium finish is. And there's the action button, that orange action button, speakers, where you put the watch bands there. Nice, like this is, you know, it does look just like last year's, but it is still a really beautiful watch in my opinion. If you are planning on buying the iPhone 15 Pro or Pro Max in natural titanium, it actually matches quite well to the Apple Watch Ultra. If you just look here, like the actual finish and colors here, it looks really good. They did actually a pretty good job, I think. So you are gonna get a nice little ecosystem boost if you care about that stuff, of having your Apple products look identical across the board. This looks really nice. Back to the box, we are getting also a nice braided cable under here. These are way better materials. If this is the first time you've ever bought an Apple Watch Ultra, it's way more durable, the cable, and it does support fast charging. So as long as you plug the cable into an 18-watt brick and up, you should be able to get a fast charge speed of 0 to 80% in about an hour on the Apple Watch Ultra 2, which isn't too bad actually. That's pretty good, I think. All right, let's go ahead and open up this trail loop here. This is the one that I would recommend out of all the ones to get, in my honest opinion. It's the softest one of the bunch, I feel. It's really made for runners, but, and I do run, I love running, but if you don't run, you just want a soft loop, the trail loop it's the softest band that Apple sells, but it is a little bit expensive. But I would definitely pick one of these if you're gonna get the Apple Watch Ultra 2 anyways. So for those of us that are curious, this is what this specific color looks like. I think this is the best color besides the black one. I actually already own a black one, which is why I picked this one, but I think I might start wearing this one more. I'm just a big fan of light colors on my darker like skin tone on my hand. I think it's gonna look great, and it does have the matching titanium that's gonna match the Ultra when I kind of install this. This is always my favorite part, putting on the band, getting this watch all set up. I'm gonna put that right there. Nice, I like that. That looks actually really nice. Big fan of the look here on my skin tone at least. If you just focus on the color tone combo, I love the orange, blue on the kind of like pale off white band. I just think it all looks really nice, and you can see the titanium matches perfectly on the watch buckle to the actual watch itself. Very comfortable, easily the softest watch band that Apple sells, in my honest opinion, but again, it is pretty expensive, about 99 bucks I think is where it starts at. The pairing process to your iPhone is actually very easy. It's gonna show you the Apple Watch is ready to be paired. You're gonna go ahead and hit continue, and then it's gonna go ahead and go through that pairing process. So I'm setting this up for myself, and then you have to basically, it's gonna ask you to scan your watch, which is very simple to do. You just hold it to the camera, boom. And then your Apple Watch is paired. And then because I actually owned an Ultra in the past, I'm gonna go ahead and just actually restore from backup. So you're gonna go ahead and restore the backup from here. And then basically I'm just going through all the menus here, and then I actually did get cellular set up on my Apple Watch Ultra. I have a plan already. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it up now. I'm actually with TELUS. I highly recommend you set up cellular if you can. It's usually only like $5 or $10 extra a month on your current phone plan where you save the data. It is So worth it, because then you can leave your iPhone behind and basically have a mini iPhone on your wrist anywhere you go. And I do that all the freaking time, and I love it. It keeps my pocket free, and I'm less distracted when I'm outside in the world doing whatever. You definitely want to say yes to opening the depth meter when you're submerged. You don't have to be a diver to find this feature cool. Anytime you put your Ultra in water, it's going to turn into a computer. It's actually really cool. It's going to show you your depth and give you kind of cool information when you're swimming out in a lake or whatnot. And then that's it. The Apple Watch Ultra 2 is now set up and it is ready to go. That's actually a very easy and painless process. Okay, so people who own older Apple Watches, what should you typically expect when you switch over to the new Ultra 2? Okay, so the first thing you can expect with the Apple Watch Ultra 2 is much better battery life. So 36 hours on a single charge and up to 72 if you do want to use low power mode. So that's anywhere from about 2 to 5 days roughly on a single charge, depending if you use low power mode or not, which is actually really good when you compare it to the measly 18 hours on older Apple Watches. The next thing you can expect with the Apple Watch Ultra 2 is that it's also way more durable than pretty much any other Apple Watch. This titanium finish is actually just a really big deal. It's just way less susceptible to scratches and dinks and clinks. And from the Apple Watch Ultra 1 that I owned a year ago, the actual titanium never ever got scratched. So you are in good hands with this body for sure. Also, this is going to be the brightest Apple Watch you will ever own if this is your first ever Ultra, as this now goes to 3000 nits. So over 2 or 3 times more brightness than the Apple Watch you probably have right now. And it's up 1000 nits from the Ultra 1 from last year. So direct sunlight, this is going to be super vivid and clear. And this is actually Apple's brightest display they've ever put in a mobile device. So that's, I think that's a huge plus here for the new Ultra. And then there's also that action button that separates it from other Apple Watches out there, where you can basically customize it to do whatever you want, which is pretty cool. So if you go into the action button settings, you can go ahead and assign what you want to do with the buttons. There can be a workout button, a stopwatch, a waypoint, backtrack, dive, flashlight, even a Siri shortcut, which is kind of cool. But I always assign a workout to it. And then I like to have it set to start a workout. That way you can press the button right away, and then you're off to the workout actually being tracked without you having to go through the settings to start actually working out. I think it's actually a pretty neat feature. It saves a lot of that little tiny barriers of you doing something, which is always a plus. And another new thing this year is also the new S9 SIP system in processor system. I don't remember what it stands for. It's just a brand new chip that they put in the Apple Watch Ultra 2, and it's supposed to actually speed up the watch. And I don't know if this is placebo or not, like this could just all be in my head, but the actual Apple Watch Ultra, it feels faster. Like opening and closing things, it feels fast. And that was really the whole point of that. I know Apple said it's supposed to be faster, but you always have that little bit of like kind of skepticism. But just from navigating this menu here, I don't know, like it feels fast. And also, if you've owned an older Apple Watch, Siri is updated on here, so you no longer have to have internet for Siri to work. You can go ahead and actually just ask Siri whatever you want, and it should be able to do the majority of on-device requests that don't require internet, such as asking, I don't know, like what the weather is. It would still need internet to do that, but if you wanted to set a timer or an alarm, you can do that without actually needing internet, which you couldn't do in the past. And something else that Apple talked a ton about in their keynote was the new ability to control your Apple Watch without actually needing to use 2 hands, where you can just kind of pinch and then you can do certain actions. It's called double tap. The feature's not out yet. It's not out until sometime in October, so I can't give you my opinion on it yet, but from what I've read online, it's been really cool. But you just have to stay tuned until October, until I'm able to give you my own definitive opinion of it. But I think it's gonna be pretty good. Apple typically doesn't release new features for anything unless they've actually perfected it to work the way that it's intended. And other things that I actually love about the Ultra is that I'm a runner, so that's pretty much why I bought this one. It does come with dual precision GPS, which the other Apple Watches do not have. And I actually live in the big city here in downtown Toronto, so in a big, like, urban modern area, GPS is just, it's tough out here. And the Ultra has been amazing at being accurate, tracking my runs, tracking my pace, my heart rate. It's been really good, especially compared to other smartwatches I've used, like Fitbits and Google Pixel watches and whatnot. I found those weren't really as good for runners if you lived in a really kind of dense area, like in a downtown city type of place. I found that it was just wildly inaccurate. So that was really the main reason why I went with the Ultra. On top of better battery life, I cannot tell you how amazing it is to not have to charge your watch all the time. So if you are somebody that is really bad at charging a watch, just having better battery life alone is a huge upgrade. I promise you're gonna love that a lot. Also, anybody that is curious on my favorite Apple Watch Ultra band right now, it's this 3-link band from Casetify. My goodness, like, this is amazing, and I talk about this band all the time on the channel, so I'll leave links down below for anybody that is interested. They are a channel sponsor, but they did not sponsor this video. I'm just letting you know the one that I rock the most. It just gives a nice luxury look to the watch if you want something a little bit more upscale. And the reason why I bring this up is because I know a lot of people think that the Ultra 2 might be too big and you can't really dress it up, but you totally can if you get the right bands. Just look at that. Look at this with a 3-link band. It does look really good, so rest assured you can dress up this watch and make it look very cool. But anyways, that is my sort of very rough, off-the-cuff video about the Apple Watch Ultra 2. Like, this wasn't scripted at all. I literally just talking out of my brain here and just trying to give you some initial ideas and thoughts of what you could do with the Ultra 2 and what to think about going into your purchase. I don't think anyone who buys this is gonna regret it. And make sure you subscribe because I have a ton more content on the way, more in-depth reviews on how I feel about the Ultra and whatnot and my experiences. So yeah, subscribe down below, comment hashtag I made it, and watch my latest video right here. And I'll talk to all of you guys in the next one. Peace.